How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing fine today. Welcome to another thing we like to call a space podcast. And please hit that like button and share the live. Okay. That'd be most gracious. All right. So we are here yet again, gathered to go over this thing called the way of the superior man. All right. Yeah, so I was looking for something to cover. For those that do not know, I was looking for something to cover. I wanted to do like a self-help type of thing, and I actually was searching like all around to say, hey, what is something that we can look at? What can we what's a good book to kind of get us going here? And one of the things that kept popping up was this book, The Way of the Superior Man. So I was like, all right, man, let's go ahead and give it a try. Prior to this, I did read a book that was kind of copied off of this book, and it was pretty good stuff in there. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and just get the hear from the source and see what's going on, man. So far, it has been a pretty pretty crazy ride. Nothing too crazy, just some of the things that have been brought up and talked about. Number one, there were some of the things that I never even thought about. And number two, there were some things that I never even thought about. Right, both good and bad, positive and negative ways. Right, so some of the stuff is like, okay, well, hey, why we do it that way, but then again, maybe it just makes sense, right? So I mean, I'm never opposed to stepping outside of myself and hearing just other perspectives. I think as a person, that's kind of how you grow, kind of makes you a whole person, or at least a more fuller person you were if you were to just block out everything. So I wanted to be open to the process. So far, it has been pretty decent. Nothing too crazy. A lot of the stuff does make sense. So I do want to get at the end of this, we're gonna kind of give it a little review, see what we think about everything from beginning to end. So, but right now the journey is pretty decent. It's pretty decent. All right. So for those that don't know, I'm your host, Marcus, aka E. You can call me whatever you want to call me. It makes no difference to me. All right. You can just call me whatever. But I have a panel of men because I love diversity and the ability to see, just hear different perspectives. So with that being said, a little bit of housekeeping. All right, like I mentioned before, if you can, please slide your finger right across that like button. Okay, they say that help is an algorithm, and I need all the help I can get. Okay, and if you want to, you can also donate as well. There's a ticker going across if you want to help the stream that way as well. And what else is there? Hit the like, sub. Don't forget to sub, man. Sub and hit the bell so you'll know every time we go live. You feel me? So yeah, that's that. All right. So with that being said, this is gonna be a pretty quick podcast. This is gonna be going from part 2 to part 3. So this there was only one more chapter in part 2. So that's the last chapter we're about to do right now. We're going to do that, and then we'll start next week with part 3. We'll start getting into that thing, okay? So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get this thing going. Let's see. It is only 2 of us today. All right, so it's probably gonna be super duper quick. So for those that don't know, man, he was born and raised in the city of Chicago. He has traveled from the Midwest and down south to pursue his passion for big storytelling with a Bachelor of Science degree in Full Sail University.
Hey, we in here. We in the building pimping. Hey, I like that intro. Hey, I like that pimping intro. Pimping.
What it do, man? How's it going, man? For those that don't know, this is DisRizEnt, man. I do have to tell you that he does have several channels on YouTube real quick under the name DisRizEnt,
really?
Entertainment, DisRiz BoonDocks Reviews, DisRizCinematicReviews, and his cinematic gaming channel, DisRiz TV Media. Okay, he's also on all these platforms, from Twitch under the same handle, and even you're streaming right now to Facebook as well. right? So he's everywhere, man. Doing a lot of things, hands in a lot of pots, man. What's going on with you today? I had to let him know.
Man, I'm cooling. I'm cooling, man. Just trying to keep my head above the water, man. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to catch up I'm trying to catch up to you. I'm trying to be like you, man.
See, that's what it. See, the thing is it may appear that way, but you've already lapped me. That's it. You've already lapped me, so it's not. You're not really catching up to me. You're already been ahead of me. That's just how far ahead you are. It looks like you're trying to catch up. But I appreciate it. How's any new projects going on, man? What's going on with you on that end?
Hey, I'm still working on the gaming channel. It's getting traction again. Kind of mad at that's a big ass cup. That's a big motherfucking cup. Um, it's getting traction again. You know what I'm saying? I plan on getting back into my other channels as well. But the gaming channel, I want to get that one going the quickest because it's the most subscribers on there. You know, I want to keep them, keep them engaged. Not to, throw salt on my other channels, but once I get that going, you know what I'm saying, that will push traction out to the other channels as well. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to get that back up and going and look like it's picking up speed in the right direction.
I bet that, man. I was looking over here at your stream on Facebook. It said that the live has ended.
It does that sometimes. It does
Okay.
that. You have to just refresh it. It's still up.
Refresh
I'm
it.
looking at it right now. Yeah.
Okay. All right, bet. I was like, wait a minute now. Hold up. Wait a minute. You remind me of damn Martin Lawrence with a big ass fucking eyes. It's a great fit. Big ass fucking eyes.
Hey, that's one of my top 5 movies, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bad Boy. Hey, I don't care how hard Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Hey, Will Smith ain't one of my favorite actors. He's not one of my favorite persons, but I'm a Bad Boys. I'm a Bad Boys fan. Bad Boys for life. You know what I'm saying?
What's okay? Well, they got a new Bad Boys coming out. It's not a promotion, but what is the best Bad Boys for you?
As of right now, what was that? Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 was the best one because Michael Bay had he put his motherfucking elbow, foot, knee in it, everything. Shin. He put that mug in that editing, in that directing and editing for Bad Boys 2. With the cinematic spin around and the camera going around the scene with around the wall and you seeing everything, the slow motion with the bullets
devil
flying.
is not welcome here.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like Bad Boys 2, definitely that was the best one. It looked like I don't know who's editing. I don't know who did the directing and editing. I think it's a new cinematographer. I'm not 100% sure that did 3. Because it looked like it was kind of rushed. They tried to do some of the Michael Bay, explosions and slow motion and stuff like that. But Michael Bay, as a matter of fact, remember that discussion topic, in class in full set. That's one of my favorite cinematographers. Cinematographer can direct, produce, edit, camera lighting, you know what I'm saying? Everything. We do everything. So Michael Bay has always been one of my favorites, especially when it comes to Bad Boys and Transformers, like hands down. You know what I'm saying? But Bad Boys 2, to answer your question, sir, Bad Boys 2 is my favorite. Definitely.
Man, I tell you what, you're not the only one. It seemed like Hector also has picked 2 as well, and he does feel that it is rushed. He also said, "What up, man? What's good to you? What's good with you, man? Man, I gotta
no
go.
Diddy. No Diddy.
I got no Diddy on there. Okay, no Diddy, man. Wait, it was which one? It was rushed.
No, it was rushed though. It was like Bad Boys 3 definitely was rushed.
Man, I think the best one was 1. That's when Martin Lawrence to me was at his peak. He was skinny. He was able to do the physicalities, you know what I'm saying? That was needed. Man, I think 1 was just a classic, man.
Hey, but you know what? I think Michael Bay I think he touched on that one too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it. On that one.
Yeah. Because I mean, look at the time frame from 1 to 2. The advancement that came out, was crazy technology wise. So they were able to, do a lot of great great things.
What caught my attention though with that, because I think it's like 5 different Transformers, if I'm not mistaken. It might be 6. I'm not 100% sure. I know Michael Bay, he did the first 3 or 4 of them. And that first one had a similar scene to the Blondie Dread scene on Bad Boys 2. It was similar with the room spinning and stuff, bullets flying and shit all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing. And I think he did that first in Transformers before Bad Boys 2 came out. You know what I'm saying? And just incorporated that into that's what just drew me to it. I was like, that's dope. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Just the way that he was able to do the CG with the Transformers, and then of course that was probably CG, and Bad Boys 2, but just everything, you know what I'm saying? Martin in the bathroom, the toilet exploding, water, pits of shit going all over the place, you know what I'm saying? Like that was dope. It was dope. It was dope.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. So let me see. Cause I all right, I'm gonna keep this thing moving. Hold on. I said it was gonna be quick. I don't want to keep y'all too long. We can go all day on this. So we're gonna go ahead and get.
I was almost asleep early. I'm up now.
I'm up now. Oh yeah, I'm here now. I'm here now. Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and okay. So like I was explaining before, this is part 2 in the book. This is the last chapter, so it's gonna be fairly quick. We're gonna go over it and talk about it before we get into next week. We'll start off the part 3, which I'll say what that is after we get done here. But yeah, so this one, this topic was very interesting as well. It is chapter 22 for those that have the book, know the book, want the book, get in the book, whatever. It's chapter 22 that we're talking about right now. You feel me? So it is don't force the feminine to make decisions, man. I added on the man at the end, but decisions. All right. So it starts off by saying a man abandons responsibility by expecting that his woman will always make her own decisions and then be accountable for the results. This expectation is a withholding of his masculine gift. It puts a woman in the position of magnifying her own masculine. It is good for some women to learn to animate their masculine capacity to make a decision and stick with it. But if a man abnegates his responsibilities to provide his woman with the gift of masculine clarity and decisiveness, then she will become chronically sharp, angular, and distrustful of his love. She will cease surrendering in love with him, cease trusting his masculine capacity, and instead become her own man. God damn. Quick little synopsis. What do you think about that, man?
I can see. I mean, that's the way the world is going nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the equal rights and stuff of that nature. When a woman is not being led the right way or having the proper head, they can go astray and become their own man. Meaning that they lead themselves. And there's some great women out there. Like a lot of people hate on Oprah, but she's definitely the man in her relationship. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no man leading her. She led herself. She's actually leading Stedman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that in the world. That's a true statement. I really believe that. But that's where that proper male needs to step in and and just keeping up with the responsibility and staying consistent, and making sure that he's doing the right thing.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. I also think that they say what one man won't do, another man will. I don't think that necessarily means that your woman will step out on you, but I definitely do think that she will become the man that will. So I think that once she starts pulling from that masculine, that I think the feminine is going to dry. So I think that you're not going to be able to enjoy that softer side. I think you're going to be dealing more with a rigid, almost like they were saying, sharp and angular. and distrustful woman. So I think that it's going to make it for a hard relationship, for sure. All right, so let's see. Going on to the next one, it says, your woman asks you for your input, and you say whatever you want to do is fine with me. This is the statement of a friend, not a lover, man. All right. That's a statement of a friend, not a lover. As friends, you want to treat each other fairly and give each other space and independence. As lovers, you and your woman are more than just friends. You are playing a full dynamic of masculine and feminine polarity. We haven't heard that word in a while. Polarity. Would you like your woman to be a goddess and offer you her feminine gift to invoke them? You must offer her your masculine gift. One of your most valuable gifts is the ability to see all the options and make a decision based on this view of all the potential outcomes. Um, I agree with that one. I think that that's something that I definitely had to learn. All right. Um I didn't know about this one. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, okay? I like to be transparent with you all right? This is a real E, all right? Um I was someone who in the beginning I didn't give a shit. One way or the other. I just didn't. If whatever you wanted to do, I could give a I didn't want to do it anyways. So to pick which thing I didn't want to do anyways really do, it didn't do nothing for me, right? It wasn't until I started reading another book that was from this book. Well, he pulled some of the stuff from here, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the things that he pulled where it did tap into making those decisions, right? And to see it as not a necessarily a burden, but the ability to offer in your masculinity, right? To if she's asking for your input, this is the time, or your guidance, really. This is the time for you to step in. And so many times I dropped the ball on that by just saying, what do you think? What do you think looks better? Right? She wanted which dress, what shoe should I wear? I don't fucking care. Whatever shoe you think look better. I mean, we got mirrors. You can see, like I never came to her and was like, well, these or these, which one? I knew what the fuck I was gonna wear, right? But it wasn't about the clothing article. It was really about her asking for your direction and for your input. And I didn't, because I didn't know that at the time. I really obfuscated, I think that's what they said, my responsibilities. Hey, K says, hey to you, man. We're gonna see a little bit more of K here in a little bit, I believe, if she know it, remember what we were talking about. Y'all gonna see a little bit more of K. But what up, K? But yeah, what do you think, Disriz?
Hey, I agree with that. When, like, all my exes, everybody that I've dated, they know my standard. You know what I'm saying? When I come into the relationship, when we start talking and looking to go a serious route, that's what I mean when I say 50-50. You know what I'm saying? I can give you my masculinity gift if you can give me your feminine gift. And it's not just sexual, I just need that feminine energy, you know, to help calm me down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that knows me, especially from Chicago, from the hood, know I was a hothead. You know what I'm saying? And I had reasons to be. But with me having that feminine companion, it actually help. It helped me to calm down and reel myself back to not do certain things, not lash out because my feminine partner is with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean with 50-50. So I definitely agree with this passage, you know what I'm saying, in regards to this. Because if you're not bringing that, if one is not bringing that 50-50, you're not going to meet. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. And
Yeah.
that's the main thing that I'm looking for is that 50-50 in the beginning. A lot of people, a lot of women frown. What you mean 50-50? You know what I'm saying? This and that, whatever. That's strike one. Let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? And then I just know how to move accordingly from there. Once I see how the 50-50 plays out. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little
Okay.
tidbit for the young ones coming up. You have to give that 50-50. It's not you can't go into it selfishly. You have to give that 50-50. If you don't give that 50-50, you're not gonna get that 50-50 in turn. You're gonna end up with 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you said is spot on. Uh from my perspective, I would say 100. I would say 100. I my excuse me. My goal is to give 100% of masculinity to get 100% of femininity. I would definitely um I would definitely be open to that. I would say I would even push it further and say 100 on that one. Um because I think that uh as we're going through this process, I'm learning a lot more. Um or this book, I'm learning a lot more about some of the things that I haven't been stepping up to the plate on some things, right? And not necessarily about relationship wise, but some just internal wise, right? Myself wise, right? And kind of being and being buckled down on those things. So I think but I think that it does spill over. So I think that once I get a control of those things, I think that the percentage of what I'm providing goes up even more, as far as the masculine that is being provided to the feminine. So I definitely push it a little bit further on that end, but I definitely agree with everything that you said on that, for sure, for sure. The next paragraph is talking about the feminine decisions. Okay, we're going to talk about the feminine decisions now. Are based. Oh man, I almost don't even want to read this. Feminine decisions are based on what feels right, and often this is the best way to make a decision. However, the point of intimacy is simply to make the best decision, but to make the best decision while maintaining the force of um, masculine and slash feminine polarities that attract you together to begin with. If the polarity begins to diminish, conflict will begin to increase. When the polarity disappears, attraction disappears, and the life of the intimacy disappears with it. Man, what do you think about that?
I think that pretty much just summed up what I just said in a nutshell. If you're not, if both are not giving that feminine, masculine energy, it's not gonna work. You're gonna start clashing. It's not gonna work. You know, you go from from texting and what I'm saying, texting and calling, or you stop calling and then you start texting. You know what I'm saying? And then instead of texting every other hour or how often you might text every 5 hours or whatever, or whenever you cross that person's mind, you end up getting a text in the morning, good morning. Just those two words, good morning, good night. And next thing you know, you getting thumbs up and thumbs down, and then you ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the diminishing point. You know what I'm saying? That's you started off good and somebody's seen it wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. But it's good, like I always say, it's good to catch it in the beginning so you just don't end up with a life feel or heartache, with a person trying to lead you on, or staging or flogging, like they say in Texas. Yeah, front and flogging,
Man.
you know what I'm talking about? That's just how it is, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. K Mills says it's called growth. Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. These is as well, man. I think that well, not from personal experience because my relationship is perfect, but a friend of mine that I know, he had a situation with his woman where his woman offered up a chance, requested his leadership, and on something that he thought was minor. So he kind of blew it off or whatever. Um, and what happened is that there was an attitude that developed from her because he didn't make a decision for her. And he was very confused. Again, it wasn't me, it was one of my friends. He was very confused about the whole situation. But and I think that it definitely does speak to that. When it speaks to the polarity disappearing, the attraction disappearing, right? It now puts the man at a disadvantage when it's called, when duty calls, and they fail to stand up to it or answer that call. So yeah, I have I haven't seen, because it wasn't my relationship, but if I but it was something that was told to me. It was told, I heard they told me. That's how I know that it dried up because of that, and it took some work to try to get that back, get the pieces back where they were supposed to be. So yes, fellas, definitely, because I was talking to another, I think I can say her name, Black Sunflower. Wait a minute, hold on. You should give your friend a copy of this book. I believe that he's watching. I believe that he's watching. Yeah. Says Jacarly. I appreciate you for being here, sir. And yes, so Black Sunflower, we were talking about it. It was behind the scenes after a show, and she was talking about how, I think it was like a little spider or something in her bathroom or something like that, and how she was talking to her guy and was like, "Hey, I want you to come and delete this
She about to
spider."
kill you. She gonna kill you. She gonna
I
get
don't
you.
think so. I don't think it's a bad
All right.
story.
Okay.
I don't think it's a bad. Okay,
Carry on.
just tell me
Carry on.
at the end. I've already started, so tell me at the end of it if it's terrible. And she was saying how, I'm not sure if the man or one of the people that we were with at the time was like, you should just kill that little spider, right? But she was like, no, that's for my man. That's for my man to do. That's the masculine thing, and that's who I'm relying on to do it. Yes, I can do it if I need to, but why do I got a man? Right. So it definitely gave me a firsthand perspective on the thought process of a woman, that yes, she can do it herself, but if she's coming to you requesting your leadership and your guidance, it is your job and your duty to provide that uh, for her. So I definitely agree with this passage. Not only do I agree, but Erica agrees as well. Hello, Erica. I think that's Erica. Did I say that right? I think that's Erica on your page.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Hey.
Miss Burton. Miss Burton, if you're nasty.
Hey. I am not nasty at all. I am very, very clean. I don't I devil and devils and none of that. So Erica.
That's Erica. That's Erica. Yeah.
Welcome in. All right. So don't forget to the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button on the stream. All right. Help push this thing out. And appreciate y'all for being here as well. So yeah, all right, we're going to the next one real quick, man, because I think that I think it's a great topic. I think that it's something that a lot of men don't know about, or they may do this, but I think that a lot of them think of it as a burden, right? We were talking about it, and it had to do with a woman requesting a guy to do something, and he was like, well, you're perfectly capable of doing it, why don't you do it, right? And it was her purpose. She was just like, no, like, you doing it. I'm about to be sitting pretty here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got the muscles, you do the heavy lifting. So that was something, that another instance that really solidified to me that this is the way that it's supposed to be. Because so often in these conversations, I think that people don't really get heard, and we only come from our perspective. So then if it doesn't make sense in our perspective, then therefore it doesn't make sense at all, which I don't think is necessarily right. I think that some things we may not necessarily understand it, but if the person is telling you what it is, then I think we should definitely listen. All right, so going on with the next one, man. You need to play the masculine role our poll. If you want your woman to play the feminine, all right, offering your perspective on decisions is one way to give your masculine gift, man. All right, even on the most trivial decisions, never say, and I quote, do whatever you want. If she asks you which shoes, and this actually happened not to me, but to my friend, I was about to say me, but it happened to a friend of mine. Shoes you think look better on her, make a decision and tell her, uh, all right. Don't just say they're both nice. Say something like, I like the red shoes, but what's the most important to me is that you're happy. Oh, that's nice. That sounds nice. She is, of course, free to wear whatever shoes she wants, but she is also the recipient of your masculine gift and of your decisiveness. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Hey, I agree with that. Hey, that's an IED waiting to go off. Hey, you say do whatever you want. Hey, well, how about I leave this motherfucker? That's what I want to do. No, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it's like if like I think when when your partner is asking for some type of that's a big ass cup again. When your partner is asking for um some type of input, some type of criticism, you want to tend to that because that's an intricate moment. You know what I'm saying? That's a make or break type of situation. And it could be a little test, it could be a little test. It could be just I want your input because I want us to match or I want to make sure that you're okay with whatever I'm wearing. Because you say you say you can wear whatever the fuck you want to. She come out looking like Cardi B in one of her videos. You know what I'm saying? With her ass cheeks out, or something like that. Now you mad, and now it started a whole issue, a whole fight. You know what I'm saying? Argument and stuff when it could have been alleviated in the beginning. So I definitely agree with that passage.
All right, bet that. All right. So yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with whatever everything that you just said. I think that most definitely is that they're asking for that gift, man. They're asking for that gift. Don't look at it as a burden, as a as something. Here she go again. God dang, oh, we wanted to. Like, no, it's a gift. It's a gift, and I think that the important thing I think about all this information that is in this book is I think that one of the things that is required is us to, and I think he's using the vocabulary that he's using for a reason, but I think that is definitely for us to start changing the way that we think about these things. If we look at it like, oh, here she goes again, then we're going to have that feeling. But if we look at it as this is a chance for me to give my gift, that to me invokes a different type of feeling, right? It's not a draining, here we go again, the old ball and chain. No, I think that it's
Now, I was gonna say, I think you would get the ball and chain effect when you already like when you come to like the I hate to say bipolarness, but when you already then picked out the outfit, you say, "Oh, we going to the show this weekend." You know what I'm saying? This Saturday, Bad Boys 4 coming out. So
man, there's a
you
promo
know,
for Bad Boy.
what I'm saying? You
Pay
wearing
me.
this, you wearing this or whatever, or what you think? Should I wear this? Whatever, whatever. Okay, yeah, just wear that. This is what I'm gonna wear. And then you come, an hour before the show start, before the movie start. I want to wear this, and then now you got the issue. When that could have been alleviated in the beginning. You said the other day on Tuesday, during the Ace of Spades podcast, that you was wearing this. Now you know what I'm saying. Now you got a little conflict. You know what I'm saying. Now that can be the ball and chain. That can be the Debbie Downer because 9 out of 10, she probably don't want to go see that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it became that issue. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. Or she might just somebody probably just pissed in her Cheerios at work today. You know what I'm saying? And she just had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? She just don't want to go now. So, that's when the ball and chain effect, can come into play.
But see, again, though, I think that I think you make a very real scenario for a lot of people, right? I really do. I think that's a real deal. But I also think that and the book covered it as well. I think that we number one, women are like the ocean, right? They flow in every direction, ups and downs, all the above, right? So I think that because I used to see it as that as well as the old ball and chain, but then it became a chance to actually take it as a challenge, right? To to challenge yourself to not see it as such, and recognize it as it just being the feminine, right? The feminine, if you like I said, you can ask her what she wants and then ask her again 5 minutes later, and it could be something completely different, right? Because it's just going off of how they feel at the moment. And like you said, if something sparks something and now the mood is off, right, then it trickles down. So I think that it is very important for us to understand the fact that it can be an up and down situation. You're going to deal with it. They're very fluent in their and this is their superpower as well, as far as the feelings and all that good stuff. Again, it's stuff that we may not understand, right? Not to say that we don't have feelings, but our feelings may not flow the same way that theirs flow. So we may not understand it, but I think that it's very beneficial if we can recognize it for feminine behavior and deal with it accordingly. And that is to provide our masculine gift. So I think that that's because it wasn't me. I didn't do it. But I do recognize one of my homies had called me, and before I go in, Ashanti says, "Hello, hey, cousin Steve." Cousin Steve ain't the only one on the podcast, but hello to cousin Steve. I mean, okay. That's cool. I got people that like me too. Okay. Somebody's gonna come in here and say hi to me. So Shanti, Miss Shanti. So I mean, worry about that. But yeah, yes, he had an opportunity to fall, right? To get overly invested in something that really didn't matter. But because his woman was overly invested in it, it was a crossroad. Because normally what he would do is he would get overly invested in it. And now they're both mad at each other about something that really didn't have anything to do with them. Hey, what up, E? I told you somebody's going to say what's up to me, Shanti. Look at there. Ha, ha, ha. Joke's on you. I know her, y'all. Just in case y'all hearing, like, man, he just be going at the comment section. No, I know her. She's somebody. All right, so
be nice.
Yeah, nice. I know. I was this close to saying it. It was about to roll off the tongue.
I felt it. I
stopped it though. I stopped it. It said, but yes, he almost fell into it. Normally he does. He did not fall into it this time. He recognized it as the feminine. And instead of getting overly invested into it, he simply just said, you know what? I love you. If anything ever happened, I would protect you. You have nothing to worry about. And he gave her a kiss and smooches until she started smiling. And then all was right with the world. But normally what would happen is they would both be overly invested into this thing. Everybody's bumping heads. And at the end of the day, they're mad. He took it as a challenge to give his gift. He did it, and they both won. So, in short, recognize it, men, understand it, and learn how to move accordingly with it. Shanti says, cousin Steve is the only one I see. Oh, yeah, you got that lazy eye. Oh, I forgot about that. Move your picture over a little bit. You'll see me on the other side. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. She got the little thing with her eye twitch breakdown. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep it going. Erica says their opinion matters. Yeah, I do agree with that as well. Erica, I do think that if your lady comes to you, she's coming to you for a reason. And then, like you said, sometimes they can be indecisive, right? Oh, I want to go with this one, I want to go with that, I want to go with this, but then you say, boom, nah, go with that. I'm like, all right, got it. So it helps to put the mind at ease as well, I think. All right, so the next one is, it's kind of a lengthy paragraph here, so let's go ahead and get it right into it. It says, perhaps your woman's trying to make a career decision. something that will affect her for years and many years to for many years to come. She might feel into or she might fall into it and do what feels best for her, which would be a feminine style of making a decision. Or she might be trying to make a decision based off of the different possibilities, the outcomes of her choices, which would be a masculine style. Because you have a masculine sexual essence, you will naturally be able to contribute to her masculine decision process. All right. And more importantly, for the intimacy, if you don't contribute to our masculine decision making process, the two of you, I guess that's supposed to be her masculine decision process, the two of you will become the polarized of each other. All right. I'm sorry, will become the polarized or be polarized by each other's energy. All right. She'll be in the masculine and you'll be in neutral, and there will be nobody in the feminine pole. Okay. This is fine for short periods of time, but if it becomes chronic, then the two of you will begin to feel like friends rather than lovers. And we want to feel like lovers, right? Um, the attractive juiciness of polarity will be replaced by two buddies discussing options. Whew, that was a mouthful. What do you think about that? No Diddy.
No Diddy, no doubt.
Shout
I
out to
definitely
Hector.
I definitely agree with that one, man. I think I mentioned that a couple. That's a big ass cup. A couple podcasts ago. In regards to just being roommates, that's the friend. That's definitely the friend speak in this paragraph. You know what I'm saying? Like you just passing each other by. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I know I keep saying what you're saying. You know what I'm saying a lot, but I'm just trying to gather my thought process. But when you become friends, it's almost like you might as well not be in a relationship. You might as well go ahead and split that up, you know, because you done lost that masculine, feminine energy. You're just pretty much like playmates, you know, so to speak. You're just passing by, you know, or just passing time until something better comes around or comes through, you know. And at that time, somebody gonna get hurt, you know, because one is thinking that maybe it can, or both might be thinking that maybe this can, you know, end up as a good thing. We're friends, but I think in the beginning you should be friends before you become lovers. Because if you become friends in the beginning, the trust factor is open, so to speak. You already laid the ground rules and everything, and now you're in a relationship. So going backwards is like that's the worst you can do in a relationship. You know, like Lil Duval say, you know, I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's no reason to go backwards. You gotta keep going forward. And what I want to say, I seen a clip the other day. I can't remember who shared it. Shout out to whoever shared this on Facebook, but it was exactly what I said before. Who wants to get in a relationship just to survive? When you get in a relationship, you supposed to be thriving. You supposed to be making each other better versus just surviving. You know, you can survive by yourself, meaning that you don't really need nobody. You know, you can do bad by yourself. But when you meet that soulmate or meet that lover is supposed to make you better. And not just financially. I'm talking about mentally, spiritually, emotionally, everything. They're supposed to make you better, a better person, better you, and you make them better. And I think that's the 50-50 that we talked about in the beginning. You're supposed to help each other to be better versus bringing each other down just to survive. So that was a good point when I seen that joke. I thought I shared it on my Facebook. I don't know where it went. I don't see it on my Facebook. I could have swore I shared it, but it ain't there. So I need to go find it. I'm gonna send it to you. I thought I sent it to you, but I'll look it up and see. But that was a good point though. You
Oh
want to
man.
thrive versus survive.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I'm hoping that what we're doing here and some of the information and some of the things that we talk about will definitely help some of the men out there reach that, and some of the relationships reach that as well. So yeah, man, I definitely agree with everything that you said. I also think that yeah, you said it all. I don't know what else to put in there. In the famous words of Ashanti, let me piggyback off of Diz. Yeah, I think that it definitely, and again, god dang, I think that you can. It's not allergies, man. You can stay in that same for a little bit of time, right? But you definitely don't want to stay in there for too long. And again, I think that because one of the crucial things, I hope I'm not saying anything. I'll be afraid that I'm not saying something correctly, but I don't think it's any way to. I don't think it's a wrong way to say the truth. I think that men and women often operate a little bit differently, right? I had to learn that. Um, and I think I talked about it before as far as the book. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Just the way that we communicate is just different, right? So I think that this one is a good thing to drop a little jewel to drop on you guys. If you're with your woman and she's just coming and talking to you, that doesn't necessarily mean that she wants you to fix her issues, right? Sometimes they just want to be heard, or sometimes the way that they communicate is just to get the shit out. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're looking for an answer. But when she does ask you for your thought, your opinion, or your advice, definitely put it in there. I had to a lot of times. I had to not only in my in relationship wise, but as far as intimate, but also friends too, man. I had to realize that um, because us as men, normally when we bring it up, we're looking for a solution, but sometimes I think sometimes men just gotta get it out too. You know what I'm saying? So I often try not to give unsolicited advice. So I look for keywords that is requesting assistance. But if I don't hear anything that's asking for help or assistance on anything, I'll just listen and let it be. So I do that not only in my intimate relationship, but also in my friends' relationship as well, or just anybody, right? If some people just, I don't know what it is, but some people just like to talk to me. They do. I swear, man. They don't like.
It's your voice. It's your voice.
I
That's
have
what it
no
is.
idea. I
It's
don't
your
know
radio.
what this squeaky motherfucker does, but I I can go to the gas station and as a guy who was prior Air Force, and he just is telling me about everything, who going where, who we got to meet, and problems that's going on, and I'm always happy to listen. But I know that sometimes people just don't, they just want to get it out. So always, that's just a word of advice for the youngsters out there, man. Just because your woman come to you doesn't necessarily mean she wants you to solve her problems. Listen for those keywords and try not to give that unsolicited advice. Right. So we're gonna move on to the next and possibly last. Is this the last? This might be the last one. It's split up, so I
You
can't
got two
tell.
more. Yeah, you got two more. Yeah, it's two more after that.
Yeah, it's split up, so I can't tell if it's two or one. Give me a second. I want to make sure I. What chapter is this? 20. I think it's chapter 22. Okay.
I ain't even read the book, so I don't even know. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, this is two separate ones. All right. All right. So it starts off by saying if you refuse to offer your masculine gift by saying things like, I don't really care, it's up to you, then she will have to learn to depend on her own masculine capacity. Another way to say this is that she will begin to trust her own masculine more than yours. Goddamn. Then you will find that she trusts you less and less across the board. She will refuse to surrender to you, even sexually, because she hasn't been able to relax and trust you all day. All right. You haven't offered her your masculine clarity and perspectives. So she has to be her own man and give it to herself. That might be in more than one way, man. Yeah, I think that yeah, if you don't give that gift, man, then she got to pretty much step into that role. I think is what they're kind of saying here. Which then you know, dries up everything else. Everything else dries up after that. So yeah, well, I mean, what do you think about it?
A key point, like I said at the outset of the podcast. You see, I use big words. I've been listening to Ti. Um,
Oh man.
yeah, just Oprah. I just look at her situation. You know, like she had a rough life. She had a rough life coming up, and for her to be one of the first black billionaires, for her, let me say it again, for her to be one of the first black billionaires, almost a trillionaire, it speaks volumes. So she had to step into that masculine role, and she probably couldn't find anyone to satisfy her, so to speak. So I really believe that, you know, if you're not bringing that masculine energy, she gonna start trusting herself, kind of like the black sunflower scenario that you brought out earlier. Like, I don't want to put the whole, you know, the whole ordeal out there, but in a sense, like, why are you here when I can do it myself? You know, that just, and it's hard. It's hard to break that once you then let your guard down and you done lost your masculinity. You might as well go ahead and put on the skirt, start working street corners, bro. You done lost it over here.
Damn. All right, he said it's over. Okay, all right, damn. I heard from Steve Direct, man. Get the transition. All right, so let's see. It says, as a practice, always help your woman make decisions by giving her your perspective and telling her your choices. All right. While letting her know that you love her regardless of the decision she makes. Often her feminine feelings will be a much better by basis. So encourage her to feel into the situation and trust her feeling, but for the sake of the polarity or the sake of polarity and happiness and intimacy, always tell her what you would do and why, even if she thinks she should make her own decision. What do you think about that?
I definitely agree. You know, it's the same thing as the last paragraph. Like she gonna start telling you, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you put dinner on. Make sure them dishes washed. I want that floor cleaned up before I get home now. I mean, it's that's, you know, once you done lost that, it's hard to, you know, it's almost like in a scenario when you in a, and you know, when you starting off a relationship or you're in a relationship and you're on that pedestal, both persons and put each other on a high pedestal. Once you lose that trust, it's hard to climb back on top of that, you know, to the top of that pedestal. Because that's, especially for women, it's always in the back of their mind. Even though they might not even bring it up, might not even say anything, it's always in the back of their mind. Like, he hurt me XYZ. So he has, it's probably a tendency to come back. So I'm on guard. So it's hard to get back up there. It's the same thing with this. You know, it's like, in a sense, like showing that you don't care or the male doesn't care. So if you can't bring that masculine energy and not keep her online, but, you know, just, you know, give her direction, so to speak. You know, it's like I just said, it's like, why you here? You know, there's no point. And she's definitely not going to give you the feminine energy.
Most definitely, man. Erica says, and remain friends after dating. After a while, folks just stick the role they represent. You on point, Steve, says Erica. All right. Well said, well said. Yeah. So I definitely think you're right on that one, man. I think that yeah, make the decision, fellas. Make the decision, bottom line, make the decision. If she comes to you, give her your gift. And all will be right with the world. Man, that was super duper quick, man. that one
It was
was
an hour
fast,
and a
man.
half.
Good job on that. Woo wee. Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
hey, that's cinematography at its best. That's how we do.
Man. Yeah, we came in, did a thing, held it down, man. So that's it. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm just talking like it's just me and you. Yeah, that's the end of the show right there, man. Thank you, Steve, coming in and holding it down, man. I really do appreciate you so much more than you ever know. Um, man, yeah, I think that this one was a good topic. I think that it's one that not many men may know about. So hopefully it reaches the ears and they can understand and get a better perspective on how to um operate with the feminine in ways that will open up many doors, okay, in their favor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so hopefully you can gain a lot of information, a lot of great things from this segment. Um Man, what do you got for us before we get up out of here, man?
Hey, I just want to address something. I came across one of my female friends Facebook. She posted she posted, it wasn't a disturbing post, but it was in a sense like talking about like these dork comments that men and they sliding in their DMs with, like, like she's a busty young lady, you know, and got a lot of stuff going for herself. So she interacts with a lot of people, and she's not a streetwalker. I just want to clear that up. She's not a streetwalker. She's actually a businesswoman. Uh, she has her own podcast. She's actually been on a few other podcasts, on the Queen of Space. And she's just a friendly individual, but uh corny, that's what it was. Corny lines. So she posted a picture and someone commented on the picture, I guess you had a lot to get off your chest. Like that's the most corny shit I ever heard. That's some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I just say just be respectful. If you're trying to get a woman's attention, like the corny jokes, maybe later in the relationship, what I'm saying, just to cheer up or something like that. But don't I wouldn't advise coming off like that in the beginning, man. You ain't gonna get nowhere with that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get blocked. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? She never gonna call you again. That's what's gonna happen. Oh, by the way, you're not invited to none of the family functions ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's just like we got to be more tactful with that. Be more respectful when it comes to talking to women, especially on social media, because 9 out of 10, you're not the only one in sliding in her DM. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be cognizant of that. And 9 out of 10, she's not paying that no attention. And that's speaking for, all professional women, in the world, not just her. So I just wanted to just address the corniness, what I'm saying, with that. Like I said before, like, yeah, in the relationship, like you already know each other. The corny jokes here and there, just to set the mood or, just to ease the mood or whatever. Yeah. But come on, man. It looked like you had a lot to get off your chest. Come on, bro. Come on, man. I think my dog could have came up with something better than that, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But that was the only thing that was kind of disturbing. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the younger males nowadays, they're losing their way, so to speak, and they really don't know how to communicate because, like I said, it's keyboard warriors. It's online. It's not in person. So would you say that to her face? Would that person say that to her face? You know what I'm saying? And that would have been a major issue. You know what I'm saying? Probably would have been hands on. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Security, come get this month. You know what I'm saying? Sexual harassment. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's leading to. You know what I'm saying? So that's my main thing. Just addressing stuff like that. Come on with the corniness. This 2024. If you wanna you wanna you know what I'm saying, entertain some corniness, go watch Saturday Night Live or something like that. Go watch some Will Ferrell or some shit. You know. But don't bring that, especially to a black woman. Come on, man. A black Hispanic woman, they don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear that shit. They already on edge, on point. They don't want to hear that shit.
Well said, man. Well said. Now I noticed Erica said it's a turn off. So I'm curious to know because, like, from my perspective, I would be thinking it would make it easier to there was a streamer, he calls it bitch ninja heaven, which is the block button to send them to bitch bitch ninja heaven. It seemed like it would make it easier to identify who you need to get rid of. I wonder, is that how women might see it, Erica, or do you guys like, how do y'all see that? 'Cause I mean, it seemed like for me, it would make it easy. Be like, okay, you obviously go over here in the block bin to where you can't, contact me anymore. Because I would want to know. I want to know who I'm dealing with. And for somebody to come out so blatantly disrespectful, that's a thank you in my book. So I don't even have to waste my time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying with that?
Exactly. And it was crazy. It was so many other women that was, with so many other women, women and females they're the same species, but they're totally different. His son was clowning them, going off, saying certain things, stuff like that. And the other women that was tactful, they was like, yeah, it's just ridiculous, and that's the thing. Like I put it like that. Put it like this. When men are being corny, who do they have? Who does the woman have to rely on? Another woman now, right? Because the men losing their masculinity, or they being corny, they being little kids standing in their mama basement and stuff. Don't know how to grow up, or haven't been shown how to grow up. So now they relying on other women, and next thing you know, like we're gonna be extinct because there's gonna be women on women. Men ain't gonna have nobody. And they're gonna be like Tom Hanks on that what was that movie when he's stranded on the island.
This guy here. Wow. I didn't even see the movie, but I remember like a softball or a soccer ball
Castaway.
or something being
Castaway. Yeah, that's what it was. Castaway.
I remember a volleyball or something in there. So I know exactly what you was talking about. Erica says, I've definitely muted and deleted people before. I've had to let them know that that's not the nature of our conversation. Rejection reveals some immature men of the offense. I'm sorry, of the offense because sometimes they don't know any better. Oh wait, no, I think my thing skipped up. Sorry. Rejection reveals some immature men. I try to make mention of the offense because sometimes they don't know any better. Yeah, I think that and that's so sad for you ladies. And I feel that's one of the things I feel sorry for ladies that have to deal with that thing in and out. Like that is just ridiculous. And it shouldn't be your job to teach these men how to behave. I think that's something their daddy should have did. But unfortunately, there's bad people across the world. So it's nice that you at least give them the benefit of the doubt. And yes, because I do agree as well. Some people don't know, right? Everybody didn't walk the same path in life. So some things in a small town may have flown where in a big city it may not, or something in the big city might have flown where in a small town it may not. So yeah, giving grace I think is a wonderful thing because sometimes people don't know, and sometimes when you correct it, it's done. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's a great way to handle it. Luckily I'm from Inglewood, so I have a couple of different ways of communicate. I can only imagine. I can only imagine knowing DisRiz ENT. I can only imagine. I can only imagine a couple of ways you need to you got to communicate. And I ain't even gonna dig into that. Thank you so much for that, Eric. I definitely do appreciate
always telling my business.
I definitely do appreciate the commentary and indulging me in that query. Man, yeah. So that was been said. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Man, thank you again, Steve, for coming through, man. I really, really do appreciate you as always. Always a blast every time you're on here, man. And I definitely do appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for everybody in the comment section as well for coming through, showing out, man. You guys are great. And everybody that's gonna watch this later, thank you. You guys are awesome as well, man. Do you got anything for us before we get up out of here, Mr. DisRiz ENT? And thank you, Erica. She said it's a great show. Thank you.
Man, everybody enjoy the rest of your week, man. Hey, it's a live one. We almost in June. It's almost the year is almost half over, man. Or yeah, it's almost half over. We almost in June. Yeah, what 2-3 more days?
Yeah, not too much.
It's dang, like 2024 then blew by. No Diddy, no doubt.
Most definitely. Shanti says, bye, cousin Steve. All right. We gonna okay. So that's what she said. All right. Yes. So thank you again, Steve, for coming through, man. Conversation for coming through, man. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do the we'll do the what was I gonna say? Bam. Yeah, we're getting into chapter 3. I don't know what I was gonna say. We're getting into chapter 3. I'm still thrown off by Erica, man. Like I need to duck or something. I don't know. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Until next time, I guess we'll just end that one with cheers and have a great one in my big ass mug. You know what I'm talking about? All right, man. Y'all peace out.